Hello. Welcome to another video. And today we're gonna do a quote again, a quote from the Dalai Lama. It's a very important one. When you hear this quote, you cannot tell yourself it makes sense, but do you really understand the quotes? Are you ready to take charge of yourself and to investigate this quote in order to have a happier life? And this quote, it's about happiness, so it's a very important one. Like my mom is a Buddhist actually, and she read a lot of books of Dalai Lama. And I remember when I was a teenager, I used to read those books like The Art of Happiness and watch few videos of him because my mom she was watching, so I was with her, so I was seeing it as well. And yeah, that's a very interesting way of seeing the world from a different angle. There is nothing to do with a religion. Like you may think like Buddhism is a religion and it's something maybe a bit weird to you, but this is just like purely wisdom. There is nothing like with the religion. By the way, like a Buddha was a man, was not a god. There is no you don't worship a god, right? So this is kind of more a way of living more than a religion. And that's what this quote is all about. So the quote is happiness is not something ready made, it comes from your own actions. I repeat, happiness is not something ready made, it comes from your own actions. So, what does that mean? Do you have any idea? Say, happiness is not ready made. So basically, it's not something that you like fall from the sky. It depends on your action. Like like let's say like I say no religion, but what they call in Buddhism they call it like karma. For example, if you spit in the wind, you will get your spit back, right? Because it's a bad action, so you get it back. So like you do good, you get good. You have a kind of a karma. That's you do good action, you get good action. Okay, that's a beliefs. After I don't know about your life. If you have this kind of beliefs, if you do like a lot of good things in your life, a lot of good gonna happen to you. If you do a lot of bad things, a lot of bad things gonna happen to you. But that's the idea. So what action can you take? Because your action gonna determine like your happiness in the future. So what can you do right now to improve that baseline of happiness? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video like maybe last week or last 2 weeks where I talk about happiness. I really invite you to watch that video again. But what can you do on a daily basis? What is good action? What is bad action? So there is one thing that I realized since I took the journey of wisdom. And when I ask myself, is it good or is it bad? If you ask you this question, it's probably bad, right? Say, oh, is drinking okay? It's like, I mean, drinking alcohol, is it okay? Well, if you ask yourself, it's probably because you're not so sure. So I don't know if you say like say I love you to someone, is it bad or is it good? You don't even think about that. It's good, right? Because you make someone feel better, you want to say it. Of course, if you have a bad intention and you lie about it, it's a bad action. So this kind of thing. So like the general rule I will say is like if you ask yourself, is it bad or is it good? It's probably bad. So that's a general rule. You have to be careful with that. For the rest, good action and it will pay off. You have to, even if the scale of the world that you want to change, even if it's just in your house, maybe it's just in your city or it's in the world or it's a national, whatever, if you take good action, yeah, you will be happy. Don't take my word for granted. If you think I'm lying, you not agree with me. As I say, I try to open door for you. You have to take the door and investigate. But there's a lot of study actually. They say that when you do something for someone, it makes you feel better. It's not an egotistic thing. It's just the way it is. As a human, try to remember last time you did something for someone or for a group of people and how you feel after that. Maybe you made a donation, maybe you cook for your family and they were happy afterward. So karma 101 exactly. So you do good, you get good. That's what exactly what he's saying, if like all your action have a good intention to help the world, to help like people around you, to help yourself, at the end of the day you will end up happy. But after, don't get caught in a like, okay, oh, maybe I'm sick, so you hate the world, maybe you have a bad day. It happened to everybody, but just be aware of that. If it happened, it's okay. It is not a big deal. Just go back to your normal state, to your baseline, and okay, do good again, do good again. Once again, I will say it's easier said than done. You need to build up a lot of wisdom in order to get to that. By the way, if you want to fasten your journey, you can check the link below. I will help you with that. But as I say many times, what you need is to investigate all the time. Like, take the door. If something click with you, please investigate. So, what are you gonna do today in order to improve your happiness? Remember, happiness is not ready made. So you have to decide what action you're gonna take on a daily basis. When I say action, it's also like the way you speak, what you do, the way you interact with people, the way you interact with yourself, the action you take for yourself. Um, you don't have to follow the trend things. You have to exercise, you have to eat clean, get a life, you do the thing that you want, but just have a balance. For me, like, I don't want to preach that don't drink, because I do drink, but I do it occasionally with my friend, because that's something that I enjoy, but I don't get caught in a, okay, like a drink control me, or I control drink. This is the most important things. But it doesn't matter what I do, it's like what you do. And as I say, like, wisdom will transform your life. But if you don't take any action, it's all about action, like when you understand things. uh, if you do the same mistake over and over again, you don't gonna go anywhere. So at some point you need to change it, and for that you need to become wiser. There is no other way. Now I realized that like a few years ago. I wish I knew that when I was a teenager. It would have saved me a lot of time. But it is what it is. Today, that's what I did. That's what I do. And I have no regret, because now in that journey, I'm very happy right now. Because if something happened to me, I just reflect on it, investigate, and after I grew wiser and wiser. And this is a beautiful thing. So, what action you're gonna take now in order to change your life and be happier? It is up to you. I highly recommend you to check some works of the Dalai Lama if you're interested in. There is many books, many videos. It's very interesting stuff. As I say, you don't need to commit to religion or anything, but there is a lot of to learn from those religion. I mean, I watch like Muslim video, I watch like a Christian video. There's a lot of wisdom. And that's what I'm looking for, only wisdom. I don't want to be part of a religion or cult or anything. Just what I want is to become wiser. So sometimes I need to go pick up information a little bit everywhere in like philosophy, religions, smart people, psychology, anything that can throw some wisdom at me in order to reflect on it and make those videos for you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one. I wish you to have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.